Aspiro in Green Bay says its $21 million renovation is helping operations run smoothly. It's a story we followed since construction wrapped up earlier this month. Tristan Kendrick shows us how the new space will help teach people with disabilities how to get jobs and how to thrive in the community.
At Aspiro in Green Bay, happy faces and dancing parties show you that fun is a requirement. Staff say the new renovations make serving more than 1,600 clients with disabilities more efficient.
We did everything from new classrooms to a teaching kitchen, a brand new gym, weight room, music room, art room for art therapy. So we're really excited about it.
Earlier this month, Aspiro held a ribbon-cutting ceremony for renovations at its campus on Dousman Street. According to the United States Census Bureau, in Wisconsin, nearly 14,000 people with disabilities are actively searching for work. Yet over 7,000 remain stuck on a state waiting list just to get help finding a job. Ruzzaconi tells me now, with the added new resources, they are hoping to bring those numbers down.
So we have group-supported employment, which is where one of our job coaches takes three clients and they go into a business and work at that business daily. We also have employment services, which helps clients find jobs long-term. So we're working with employers to basically place an individual with disabilities.
He also says the new renovated center has many fun things to do, like play this piano. But he says their renovations are also allowing them to better focus on a person with disabilities' mental health. As he says, he wants to make sure that no one feels secluded.
So in our Birth to 3 program, if a child has a cognitive disability, our therapists are able to go right into the home and work with that child, whether it's physical therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy, and they graduate high school, they can come here. And so they're, instead of sitting at home, which this population set does, and can be isolated, they're here. They're here with their peers, they're here with instructors.
He says there's a main reason his peers call this facility the happiest place in the world.
When you walk down the halls, our clients are going to come up to you. They're always going to be in a good mood. They're going to want to joke around. They remember everything. You're doing it for a good reason and for a great, set of people.
In Green Bay, Tristan Kendrick, Action 2 News.